Hello everyone, I'm Network Bo and I am joining you from my kitchen with a hot cup of coffee. And in today's video, I am going to be starting the first of my Linux Plus series. In this video, we're going to go straight from the Linux Plus CompTIA objectives, and we will be talking about the bootloaders, GRUB and GRUB2. Now, there's a lot of different processes going on in the background when you first turn on a Linux system. And it's important to know what they are so that if something goes wrong, you know where to look to fix it. And today we're going to talk about bootloaders. Bootloaders are the programs that bridge the gap between firmware and the kernel operating system. It basically tells the machine, the computer, the server, whatever it is, what kernel it is first in the load. If it's Ubuntu, if it's CentOS, if it's Kali Linux, whatever it is. Now, there's a bunch of different bootloaders available in Linux, but two of the most common ones you're going to find is GRUB and GRUB2. Now, GRUB stands for Grand Unified Bootloader. It was created in 1999 to work with UEFI systems, but it was quickly adopted by most Linux distributions, regardless if they had UEFI systems or not. Today, the original GRUB is referred to as GRUB Legacy, and it is no longer really in use anywhere, but CompTIA expects you to know it for the Linux Plus exam. Today, what you have is what's called GRUB2, which was created in 2005 as a rewrite of GRUB to support more advanced features, such as the ability to load hardware driver modules and use logic statements to dynamically alter the boot menu options. And GRUB2 also uses environmental variables to configure, and as you can tell from this GRUB2 menu from Ubuntu, you can interact with it by using the arrow keys to switch between options. You can even use the E key to edit a boot entry, or you can open up a command line by clicking the C key, hitting the C key, which allows you to customize the boot command on the fly, as you would. Now, some graphical desktops, such as Ubuntu, typically hide this menu from you, but if you will hold down the Shift key as the system first starts booting up, it would display the menu for you. Now, your GRUB configuration file is usually found in the boot/boot directory. If you notice from here, you have some default values already set. The default is set to 0, and it gives you no other options to change it. The timeout right now is currently set to 5 before it automatically goes to the default values on the menu that we saw previously, but you can alter that from anywhere between 0 to 10. As you can see here, you can change the splashed image to another image file if you wanted to. If you look at the default image for CentOS here, it tells you the version, where the root is, where the kernel is, and you can even change the foreground and background colors of the boot menu. And that's pretty much all there is to GRUB and GRUB2. Be sure to hit the like button and hit subscribe down below as I continue to go through the CompTIA objectives for Linux Plus. If you hit subscribe, it will notify you by email or message whenever a video is posted. And just leave a comment down below if anything you need some more detail in. Feel free to call. I'm by no definition of the word an expert, but we can learn together. Thank you guys.